All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Rakar Kadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and the sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth and sincerity. And I'm pretty much going to get into the topic about how Esau pretty much corrupted, or just how corrupt he is. Well, he's not even that he's corrupt, because he's meant to do his job, but it's just the fact that he corrupts everybody else around him. And our people fall prey to that, and then our people are joining with Esau, as we can see. Like, our people call themselves African American because Esau says it. Our people call themselves niggas because Esau said it. So you can see it's a revolving circle that has been going on and on. And it's still the simple fact that Esau's got to pay for all this. Because he's just not only just corrupting our people, he corrupts other nations, not even just other nations, he corrupts the ecosystem, the animals, everything he can get his hands on. And that's the vile, sick thing that he is about him, is that he's just full of pollution. Like, he just destroys everything that he touches. It's like, you could have a garden. The garden could be 30 feet long. Esau could touch one of them, and they all die, or they all wilt and be corrupted. So I'm gonna jump in with the first scripture. This is Ezekiel 7:21, and it says, "And I will give it into the hands of the strangers for a prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it." So that's what Esau has done. He's actually polluted the entire earth, just not part of the earth. It's just not here that he's polluted. No, he gone to other countries and polluted that too. He could go. Just like how he's in Pakistan, these other countries. Everywhere he goes, he just corrupts everything. So you can see that he's just what's the word I'm thinking of? A cancer. He's a cancer that needs to be removed. Not even just removed. It just needs to be burnt. Like, it just needs to be burnt, because that's one vile corruption, filth, that even if you cut it out, it will still keep going. So what's the greatest cleaning agent? It's fire. So you use fire to pretty much get rid of that mess. So even still, that's why he's still going to have to get payback for this mess. For the simple fact that he spread his cancer everywhere. He spread his cancer literally throughout the entire world. Like, even he doesn't even follow the land side, which of course makes sense, because he's meant to be a devil. So I'm gonna jump into the next scripture, which is Galatians 6:8. It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption, but he that soweth to the Spirit shall of the Spirit reap life everlasting." So this is where we are separating ourselves, because we could easily say that about the flesh part being Esau, but our people follow along with it, which means Esau is that corruption that spreads, but our people spreading it even faster, because guess what? They catching it now. It's like a whole bunch. It's like a excuse the graphic part, but it's like a whole group of people having STDs spreading it out around to everybody else. It's the same way. But that's why we separate ourselves from this mess, because we're not part of this world. We separate ourselves from Esau's corruption because we don't accept the things in it. I mean, yeah, we used to pretty much live in the mess, but the Lord had us different. He made us explore certain things to wake up to realize that this place ain't nothing. That this place is ultimately going to burn and be destroyed along with the rest of the people in it. That's none of the 2/3. That's why when you go into um, Proverbs 11:21, it says, "Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished." That's a clear cut right there. Our people has literally joined hand in hand. They at this point they've given their whole souls to Esau, and that's not to say everybody that's a 2/3, but at this stage of the game, it's what it is, and that's why we're out there to wake up the elect of the Lord's people, because that's the main thing here, because we know our people are going to go either going to die or is going to take the chip and still die, because guess what? Once they take the chip, it's game over. And Lord willing that I don't take the chip, or any of the brothers taking the chip. We just out here to solely do our job, and that's why I always pray that the Lord keep us strong, because we get a glimpse of what we know is going to come, but we don't even know exactly how this is going to go about, because this is going to be the worst time that this place is going to go down, just like every other great empire. So this is going to be the biggest out of them all. So that's why when it comes to this, we are, for example, Isaiah 14:21, where it says prepare slaughter. That's exactly what we're doing. We're preparing slaughter in a spiritual manner. Even, and by spiritual, it goes to fleshly as well, because that's what we're going to actually do when that time comes. So right now we're just preparing. By preparing, we're waiting on the Lord for Him to come back. It's just that simple. We ain't gonna be like these so-called black freedom fighters going out to just attack Esau out of nowhere, which they're not even doing that. You may have some, because Jake don't care now. A lot of Jake don't care nowadays. But for the most part, you don't see how people going out there attacking Esau. Why? Because it's not in their power to do so. Right? It's Esau's putting that fear on our people. Ultimately, the Lord's doing it. So when the time does come for them to let loose, they will eventually. But right now, we out here to serve a purpose, and that's to keep doing what the Lord tells us to do. And that's why when it says prepare slaughter, it means to wait on the Lord. Because guess what? When you wait and He comes back, you get to go ahead and do that. Do what you wanted to do, what you always even dreamed of trying to do with Esau in the righteous manner. So when it comes, so it all boils down to just being more patient, really. But the reason I went into this video was because you could see that Esau really needs to go. You can see that our people need to go with him, but they'll be brought back in the kingdom correctly. But this place as a whole needs to go. Like, it just needs to go. It just needs to burn. Why? Because we done seen the mess that that Esau could do if you leave him alone. Like, if if the Lord was not around and this place was still in Esau's hands, there's no way how we'd be making it, or we even be alive for that matter. So I got this final scripture right here where it says, this is Malachi 1:4. It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. And see, Esau's already been trying to do that, and it's not going to work. Even when this place goes down, when he try to implement that chip, pretty much start trying to get people to take it, he's really going to think that this place is going to open up just because he can get people to take the chip. Not going to work that way. It says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. That's the Lord speaking. The Lord's saying He's going to throw down this place. even right now, this place is being thrown down. So when this place really closed, the Lord's going to collapse this place. He's going to collapse it with fire, the nuclear missiles. And it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. And the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So the Lord pretty much hate these guys. Especially since it said the border of wickedness. You can see that this is nothing but pure wickedness. Why? Because there's nothing but wickedness all around all around this place. Because guess what? You got other countries that does not, that doesn't accept homosexuals, but they'll send them over here because they accept them. Because now they give them an option instead of just throwing them on the spot. They're like, here, take this filth and go add to your filth, and that's what went wrong here. So this is the only place in the world that would really benefit off of homosexuals, and that's what they're doing. Is just what they're using it. So with that, hopefully this was edifying, because we see the mess Esau is just promoting. That's not even just promoting; it's just the things he does, and it just adds on and on and on. It's like, if you done something, you watch the person doing something, you just watch him, just tallying up the marks before something even happens, because you know something's going to happen to that person, because they could be stealing, killing, or wherever it is they're doing that's wicked. Well, it's going to come back to get them. As America's favorite line, what goes around comes around, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You went around killing, rape, rob, and murder, and you became big off of it. This land became the richest land in the world right now, the greatest empire right now. So when that falls, it's going to be the greatest fall of all, and that's what we look forward to. So with that, Shalom and death to Babylon.